Hello students, I am Miss Amrita Jadhav ma'am, your physics teacher, and again I am welcoming you to the session of electrostatics in which we have covered 8 parts and now we are moving towards part 9. Okay, so let's move towards today's lecture which consists of some concepts which is related to capacitance and capacitor. Okay, so let's move. So here are the points which we have to revise. That means the points which we have already learned. Okay. In last lecture we have covered this much point. These are the 3 points which we have covered. What was that? First and very important, which is concept of capacitance. Now, what is capacitance? Capacitance is given by the symbol C, and which is nothing but, what was that? It is Q divided by V. It is the formula for capacitance, and unit for capacitance is been given by scientist whose name is Farad. So the unit is Farad, or in general you can write it as Coulomb per volt. So this much we have studied about capacitance, and then principle of capacitor we have studied. How the capacitor is made, how can we distinguish that any electronic component is a capacitor? So that has been given by when two plates, one is having positive charge and another is having negative charge, and the negative part is been grounded and separation between them is given by some of the dielectric. Then such kind of material, such kind of equipment is known as capacitor. Very important thing is to remind is positive charges is on one plate, negative is on another, and in between them the space which has been between them is filled with dielectrics. Why dielectric? Because dielectric work as insulator. So the charges which are there on first plate will not move towards the second plate. So this is nothing but the capacitor. There are many types of capacitor, such as parallel plate capacitor, which can be drawn like this. This is parallel plate capacitor. For this, one plate is having positive charge and another plate is having negative charge. Negative charge plate is grounded and it is dielectric between them. This is parallel plate capacitor. When two spheres are given like this, I will draw it again. When one sphere which is having positive charge all over the sphere and another sphere is having negative charge, equal and opposite charges are there, and this negative one is being connected to grounded, and in between them there is a dielectric medium. In case of cylinder, two cylinders are there, inner cylinder and outer cylinder. Inner cylinder is having positive charges and outer cylinder is having negative charges, and the outermost cylinder which is having negative charge is been grounded. So this is nothing but the capacitor. Now we have seen combinations of capacitors also. What was the combinations? Similar like resistances. We have connected capacitors in series form and also in parallel form. We have derived some formulas for that. When capacitors are connected in series, suppose two capacitors C1 and C2 are connected in series, then the effective capacitor is given by this, that is reciprocals, addition of reciprocals of each. Okay, and when these are connected in parallel, this is given by direct addition, which is exactly opposite to the combination of resistances. Okay, so this we have already done in the previous lecture. So this was the revision. Now let us see what we are going to learn today. So these are the points that we are going to learn. The first is when capacitance of parallel plate capacitor without a dielectric. There will be no dielectric medium in between two parallel plates. Then what will happen to the capacitance? That we are going to see. Then when we introduce a dielectric material in between two parallel plates, then what exactly happens? Either the capacitance increases or decreases. What happens to the electric field which is there inside the capacitor? That all concept and that all doubts we are going to see in this lecture. I hope these points you have cleared that what we are going to learn today. Point 1 is capacitance of parallel plate capacitor without dielectric. Dielectric is not in between two parallel plates. And second, when capacitor is having dielectric slab in between them, then what will happen to the capacitance? That we are going to see. Okay, so let's move. So here is the first point which gives you the idea about capacitance without a dielectric. So let's see. Here you can see the diagram. Here is the diagram. On this diagram you can see two parallel plates are there. One of them is having positive charge, another of them is having negative charge. Negative charge plate is been grounded. This is basic construction of capacitor. Then electric field will be there within the two parallel plates because there is no dielectric medium in between. They are held parallel to each other by some suitable distance which is d. Sigma and minus sigma is given as surface charge densities on both the plates. Plus sigma is surface charge density of first plate and minus sigma is surface charge density of another plate. Okay, now these two plates are separated by an insulating medium like paper, air or glass. Okay, did this diagram is being clear to you all? What is in this diagram? Two parallel plates are there. Okay, these are conducting plates and both of them is having area capital A. They are held parallel to each other. In between them there may be air, paper, mica or glass. Okay, insulating material or dielectric material is absent in this. Only two parallel capacitors are there. Fine, I hope this is clear to you all. Now as you can see, the electric field which is outside the metal plates is been given as 0. You can see over here it has been given as 0. Why it becomes 0 over there? Because when a charge plus q is given to the first plate and minus q to the that induced the negative charge to the another plate, right? We are giving a charge plus q to first plate, then charge of minus q is induced on the inner part of this plate and positive is actually over here on the outermost part. But what we are doing all these charges to ground. We earthen that charges, so they move towards earth. So what happens over here? The net dipole moment becomes 0 over there because positive charges are already there but we ground them. So in outer region the electric field due to two charge plates cancel out. So the net field is 0. Otherwise, in mathematical form, I can tell you, when we have studied this in Gauss's theorem. In Gauss's theorem, by applying that, when only metal sheet was there, we have derived, like diagram was like this, and this was positively charged, and we have derived electric field intensity for this. What was that? That was nothing but E is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon. This was derived by Gauss's theorem, application of that. So we are going to implement that formula here, because here we are also having a plate which is conducting plate, right? So intensity will be same. So what is intensity which has been derived? It is nothing but, for the first plate, it is E is equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon 0, which is given here. And we are going to take the net total, we are going to see. So that has to be added with the second one. But what was the second term having? It is having negative surface charge density. So it becomes minus sigma divided by 2 epsilon 0. So what happens over here? They both get cancel out. So you are getting E as 0. So electric field outside the metal plates are 0. Outer region of the plates is having 0 electric field. Okay. Now, as the electric field is 0 at the outside, but what happens when it is in inside? What will happen to it? They will get add up inside. In the inner region, what exactly happens? Two capacitors, plates electric field, and due to them will get added up. For the first plate, it is nothing but sigma by 2 epsilon 0, and that has to be added to the second one. So that is again sigma by 2 epsilon 0. So we are getting, so what we are getting exactly? Sigma by 2 epsilon 0 plus sigma by 2 epsilon 0. Why is it so? Because inside they get added and outside they get cancelled. So this becomes negative over here and this becomes positive over here because they are inside. Alright. So this is nothing but 2 sigma divided by 2 epsilon 0. So this 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So you are getting only sigma divided by epsilon 0. And but what is sigma? Sigma is surface charge density, and it is given by Q divided by A. So we have written the another form of this equation as E is given by Q upon A epsilon 0. So this is nothing but the electric field intensity, that what we got when no dielectric medium is there. Okay. Now this is only what we have derived for electric field intensity. And what is the heading over here? Heading is to find out the capacitance. Now as you know, what is the formula for capacitance? Capacitance is nothing but Q upon V. Am I right? Right. So as you can see over here, we haven't find out the value for C. We haven't find out the value for V. Now how can we find out the capacitance? So don't worry, let's move forward, then we'll find out the answer. So here is the answer. As V is nothing but potential difference between the two plates, and it is been given by V is equal to E into D. But as we know the value for E, it is nothing but Q divided by A epsilon 0. Am I right? This is the value for E, that just right now we have derived this value, and that has to be multiplied by D. So we are getting value for V as QD divided by A epsilon 0. Now, just now I have said that what is the value for C? It is Q by V. By shuffling this, we can find out Q by V. What is that? What is Q by V? This will go here and V will come here. So what you will get? You will get, I will write again, which is QD divided by A epsilon 0. This will give you Q upon V is equal to A epsilon 0 divided by D. I have just shuffled this equation, and this Q by V is nothing but C, which is capacitance. So you are getting value for capacitance as A epsilon 0 divided by D. Or the another method, you can put the value over here in C is equal to Q by V. Value for V is nothing but this. So you can put that value over there, or you can shuffle the equation and you can write directly value for capacitance. Okay. So in this, what you conclude, how you can remember this, that is capacitance when no dielectric medium is there. First point that you have to remember is the electric field which is outside is always 0. I'll write the points over here. Electric field outside, points to be remembered, should be 0. This is the first and very important point. Second, E net, that is E inside, is nothing but sigma upon epsilon 0 by adding, that is nothing but Q by A epsilon 0. This is the second point to remember. Then what is V? Third point, V is nothing but E into D. Now you can put this value over here and you are directly getting the value for capacitance. And the fourth one, C, which is Q upon V. These are the only 4 points that you have to remember. E outside 0, E inside sigma by epsilon 0, V is equal to E into D. Then you are going to put the value for E inside equation of V. So directly you are getting value for capacitance of parallel plate capacitor when no dielectric medium is there. Okay. So the points that you can have query about are this we have derived only for parallel plate capacitor, right? But what about if the type of capacitor is not parallel plate? If it is spherical, then what will happen to it? Then we have to derive the formula for it. Just like parallel plate capacitor, we have applied electric field intensities formula from Gauss's theorem, right? Which was when we consider a plate capacitor or a metal plate and intensity for that, we have used the formula this. Am I right? Yes. In a similar way, we also have derived formula for spherical nature. So you're going to use that formula over there. And if cylindrical capacitor is there, even we have derived the formula for cylindrical also. So that we are going to use in case of E, and then similar procedure we are going to apply. Okay, so this is the answer for that query. Another, if there are n parallel plates, then how much will be the capacitors over there? I will ask you again. If there are n parallel plates, which are metal plates, which are conducting metal plates, then how much will be the capacitors? There will be n minus 1 capacitors. You have to remember this. If there are n parallel plates, then n minus 1 will be the number of capacitors. Okay, so you will get the same kind of equation over there, but it should be multiplied by this only. If n number of parallel plates are there, if n number of parallel plates, you're getting this equation for capacitance. Okay, I hope you got this point. So now we are going towards the next point, in which we are going to see what exactly happens when a dielectric slab is been placed between two capacitors or two metal plates which are conducting plates. Okay, either the capacitance increases or it get decreased, that we are going to see. But let me tell you, before saying either the capacitance increase or decrease, even we have to find out what happens to the electric field. Because as we have seen in the previous one, the electric field get added up inside two parallel plates, right? But what happens over here if the dielectric material will get inserted into it? So for that reason, you have to remind one theoretical part which is been taught by me in, I guess, part 8 lecture. Not part 8, in part 7 I have studied you. I have given you the explanation that what happens when dielectric is in external electric field. Either the electric field increases or the electric field decreases. Answer is, when we put a dielectric in external electric field, the electric field intensity goes on decreases as there exists a polarization. So this is the main thing you have to remember. For quick answer, when we insert a dielectric slab or dielectric material in between two metal plates, E goes on decreases. So as you can see, C is equal to what? Q divided by V. As we have seen the formula for V, which is ED, right? So as E decreases, what will happen to C over here? You can see it will goes on increases because they are inversely proportional. So this is the answer. As E decreases, C will goes on increasing. Okay, so let's find out how exactly it happens. So to study when we introduce a dielectric slab between the plates, we have to find out what is the value for capacitance when no material is there in between them. That means before introducing the dielectric slab in between the plates, what is the value for capacitance and what is the value for E0 or E, you can say. That we have to find out, right? So as we have just derived the formula, which is C is nothing but A epsilon 0 by D. So this is nothing but when dielectric material is not there, we have derived. And what is value for E? That also we have derived. Just we are going to write down it is in terms of C0 and E0 so that we can distinguish. What was E0 or E over there? E was Q divided by A epsilon 0. Am I right? Yes, I am right. So this was the two formulas which we have derived already. Okay, when no dielectric medium is there. Now have a look at the diagram. Same diagram, but just the new term is nothing but a dielectric slab of thickness T is being introduced between two metal plates. Okay, so as we said, it is a dielectric material, and when some electric field is been produced on it, it will get polarized, that we have seen. So when it get polarized, minus QP charge will be induced on the left hand side and plus QP charge will induced on the other side. So here you can see in the diagram for that. Okay, So what will be the electric field intensity inside it? So that we are going to say as EP. Okay, so let's move forward for that, so that we will derive the formula. Okay, now here EP will be nothing but sigma p divided by epsilon 0, just like this. That will be, instead of q, you are going to write qp. Okay, so that will be the polarizing charges which got polarized. So the equation which you got is qp divided by a epsilon 0. Fine. Now what will be the net field which is inside the dielectric? It got reduced. Why it got reduced? Due to polarization. So it is nothing but E0 minus EP. This also we have derived. It is given by this term. E is equal to E0 minus EP is nothing but E0 divided by K. Now, why we are just considering E0 over here and we are ignoring EP over here? Because as EP is polarizing electric field intensity, it is very small as it get polarized, which is inside it, and the direction for EP and E0 are exactly opposite to each other. This is the main thing you have to remember. Okay, so that's why EP exists over the distance T, which is dielectric glass slab's distance, and E0 is what? E0 is all over the field. So here you are getting this is as E0 by K. So what is E0? E0 we have derived. This is nothing but here. So we are going to put, here, this formula we are going to put in this equation. So we are getting E is equal to Q divided by A epsilon not K. So from that, by shuffling, we are getting value for Q, which is A K epsilon 0 into E. Okay, is it clear? Yes. Now I will explain again what happens. First we are going to derive the formulas, or we have write the formulas when no dielectric medium is there. So this is the first, which is E0, when no dielectric medium is there, and then we have write the formula for when dielectric medium has been introduced, which has been given by this, which is Qp by A epsilon 0. Then we have write down formula for E, which is E0 minus EP, and that is given by E0 by K. By substituting value of E0, we are getting this formula, which is Q divided by A epsilon 0 K, or Q is equal to, just shuffling this equation, A epsilon 0 K into E. Fine. Now, just I said the field which is EP exists over the distance T, but E0 is what? It is all over the distance. I will show you the diagram again so that you will come to know exact idea about it. Here, what will be EP? EP is only for this area. Am I right? But what is E0? E0 is the intensity for the another remaining area. What will be the remaining area over there? It will be D minus T, because T is for polarizing and D is for all over other. So we can write V as V is nothing but E into D, right? But what will be D, or means distance for E0? That will be D minus T. And what will be distance for polarizing? It will be T only. So we are getting this, which is E0 into D minus T plus ET. Now E is nothing but E0 by K. So what will be E0? E0 is EK, right? Or to write down all the equation in terms of E0, you can put value for E as E0 divided by K. So I have put the value of E as E0 by K into T. Now E0 and E0, we can take it common. By taking it common, we are getting D minus T plus T by K. Okay, so as E0 is nothing but Q divided by A epsilon 0 and the remaining term. Now, what is the value for C? C is nothing but Q by V. Am I right? Now, what is Q? Q I am writing as it is. And what is V? V we have derived formula for V. By substituting that, Q will get cancel out. And you are getting value for C as A epsilon 0 divided by D minus T plus T divided by K. Now, there may be some cases in which we can conclude D and T are equal when number of capacitors or number of dielectric mediums are being connected. What happens over there? So there are some cases that we have to study. The first case is if the dielectric fills up with the entire space that just I said T is equal to D. So if T is equal to D, we put in this equation, T and D will get cancelled and this becomes D by K. Am I right? So you are getting equation as A epsilon 0 K divided by D. And what is that? This is nothing but C0. So the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor increases K times. So we can write K is equal to C upon C0. I'll write it again. K is nothing but C by C0. I am just writing like that. Okay. So this formula you have to remember. This can be asked for MCQ type. Now, if the capacitor is filled with n dielectric slabs, what happens over there? So that will be, and even they are having thickness T1, T2 up to Tn. So we are getting formula as this, which is A epsilon 0 is obviously constant divided by T1 by K1 plus T2 by K2 up to Tn by Kn. And this arrangement exactly looks like when capacitors are connected in series. Here you can see these all are first dielectric slab, second, third, fourth up to n. They are connected in series with each other, just like capacitors connected in series. Here is the third case in which we are going to say if the arrangement consisting of n capacitors in parallel with the plate areas A1, A2 up to An. Now, what is the new term which we are going to see over here is areas are different for each plate. So, we can write this in terms of like this. C is equal to epsilon 0 by D will be the same. A and K will be goes on changing. So, we can write A1 K1 plus A2 K2 up to An Kn. Now, if all are equal, then this can be written as A by N. But K will be changing, right? So, you can write this. Even this is can be asked for the MCQ exam. They can give you the numbers over here and you have to find out the value. Okay. Now, the fourth case and the last point of this lecture is if the capacitor is filled with conducting slab. If it is filled with conducting slab, I am not saying dielectric, I am saying it is conducting. So K becomes infinity. As K becomes infinity, we can put the formula, put the value for K as infinity. We are getting C as D divided by D minus T into C0. Thus, capacitance increases by factor D divided by D minus T. So, this is nothing but when capacitors is being introduced by dielectric slab. Okay. So, what we have learned today is only 2 points we have learned: capacitance of parallel plate capacitor without a dielectric, and we have implemented this derivation in the second one, which is having a dielectric slab in between two plates, and we have seen the 4 cases for that. I hope you all got that what I have taught you today. If you have any kind of query, please do comment. I will try to solve your query. Thank you so much for watching whole video. Thank you.